This is Mike Randle from the Screener College Basketball Podcast with your picks for New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2019. The first game will take us to the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence, Rhode Island, where the Friars from Providence are favored by 1 point over the Georgetown Hoyas. Now look, the wrong team is favored here. Providence is coming off a long 10-day layoff while Georgetown just worked out the kinks at home in a cover against American. Both teams like to run, and Georgetown certainly can shoot. This is a tricky spot, but I just can't fade the Hoyas until I see it. Omer Yurtseven and Mac McClung are great, and junior Javon Blair has been fantastic since James Akinjo and the other three athletes transferred off the team. Love Georgetown the first half, and I feel confident in a team that won at Oklahoma and at SMU to come into the Dunkin' Donuts Center and win big. All I've seen from Providence is a big win over Texas, and one game does not a streak make. Give me the Hoyas +1 to win outright at Providence. Second game, the Butler Bulldogs travel here to Carnesecca Arena to play the St. John's Red Storm. Butler favored by 4.5. Butler blew out Louisiana Monroe just 3 days ago, while St. John's beat Arizona at a neutral court in San Francisco 10 days ago. Butler is everything Arizona is not. It's discipline, and it will not be intimidated at Carnesecca Arena, where Vermont has already won. Butler lost a tough 1-point road game at Baylor and crushed Mississippi on the road as well. Kamar Baldwin is the best player on the floor, and I officially believe in Sean McDermott and his three-point shooting. Two seniors, two leaders. Butler is so good defensively, and St. John's can't make their free throws. Butler has lost 3 consecutive games at St. John's, including an OT last year and 2 OTs 2 years ago. The streak ends here. Give me Butler, lay the points, 4.5 at St. John's. Next, Clemson favored by 2.5 at home against Miami in an ACC matchup. What the heck has Clemson done to give us any confidence that they will beat Miami? They lost 5 of their last 6 games, including consecutive home games to South Carolina and Yale by an average of 11 points. The Hurricanes' offense is 17th most efficient in the country per KenPom, and with point guard Chris Likes at the point, they do not turn the ball over. Miami shoots 39.7% from beyond the arc. That's 9th best in the country. And Dejan Vasilovic is the best three-point shooter in the nation. You just don't know yet. He's shooting 47.1% from beyond the arc. That's 33 of 70. Clemson struggles to defend threes, and I'm getting 2.5 points here. No idea why, but I'll take it. Give me Miami +2.5 at Clemson. How about the Wisconsin Badgers hosting the Rider Broncos? Wisconsin at home in the Kohl Center laying 12.5 against Rider. The Badgers 7-5 overall, but are coming off a big 68-48 win at Tennessee. They've won 2 in a row, 3 of their last 4 games, and they're 3-1 against the spread in their last 4 home games. The only game they didn't cover, Wisconsin-Green Bay by just a half point. Now listen, Rider has enjoyed a solid start to the season, but they've lost their last 3 road games by an average of 19.7 points, and against the spread, they're only 1-4 in true road games. Wisconsin guard Demetric Trice is a streaky shooter, but he had 21 points against Tennessee, following 31 points at home against Milwaukee. Brevin Pritzel 17 points as well in the last game, and those two combined were 12 of 16 from three-point range. Wisconsin has benefited from the second game they had of 6'10" forward Micah Potter. He transferred from Ohio State. He gives them some nice depth up front for 6'11" leading scorer Nate Rivers. 14.7 points for him, 5.3 rebounds, 2.5 blocks. The Broncos want to run. That's a bad match for Wisconsin in the Kohl Center. Rider wants to bang the boards, and usually do a good job there, especially the offensive boards. But the problem is Wisconsin ranks top 50th in limiting offensive rebounds by KenPom. I'm taking the Badgers to win comfortably and beat the Broncos at home, earning their 3rd consecutive win before they head to Ohio State on Friday night for a big battle in conference. And we'll finish it off with Northern Iowa giving 4.5 at Illinois State. I've been very impressed with the Panthers this season, as head coach Ben Jacobson has his team at 11-1 with wins on a neutral court over South Carolina, a true road win at Colorado, and a blowout win at always tough Grand Canyon. They just won recently at home against Marshall. The 3-guard attack of A.J. Green, Trey Burhow, and Spencer Haldeman is a handful to stop, especially with Burhow shooting 55.9%. That's 38 of 68 from beyond the arc. The Panthers' offense is super efficient, and the Illinois State defense is not. Illinois State 245th in effective field goal percentage and 265th in 2-point percentage allowed. The Redbirds can shoot the 3 well, especially guard Zach Copeland at 15 points per game and 41% from beyond the arc, but Northern Iowa is top 90 in the country at defending the 3. Sprinkle in the fact that the Redbirds shoot a horrific 63.2% from the charity stripe, and I'll take Northern Iowa, give the points to kick off their Missouri Valley slate with a nice road win.